come across a picture of you both meeting Shah Rukh Khan.
He's a very, especially with children, he's too sweet.
Shekhar ji being a director, and it was such a perfect
क्योंकि ये इतने
combination.
बदमाश है ये director लोग, that's why they don't want their wives to act.
NOC from Ram Gopal Verma, Ken Ghosh,
Karan Johar.
Nagesh Kukunur, and Karan Johar.
Yes.
क्यों?
क्योंकि these were funny incidents that happened when I met them socially, and मैंने सबसे शादी propose किया था. I asked Ken to find me some because at that time Ken was still married, and I asked him to. He said, "You're not dating anybody." I said, "No, yeah, you find me someone, na." So then he said that, no, you know my friends, yeah, we all want only sex. Hi, this is Suchitra Krishnamoorthi, and you're watching me on Bollywood Hungama.
I cannot let this interview get done without you singing Dole Dole. Oh my god. Can we, like, I just realized, like, what am I doing? Suchitra Krishnamurthy is right here. What is this?
हो दिल वाले बाबू भोले भाले सुनता जा दिल की सदा हो दिल वाले बाबू भोले भाले बाहों में आ झूल जा ए डोले डोले दिल डोले 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 दिल डोले प्यार का पंछी पीहू बोले
पीहू
डोले डोले दिल डोले प्यार का पंछी पीहू बोले.
Oh, thank you for bringing back memories after memories. You have played such an important role in our childhood.
Thank you. I feel very happy when that is the thing I hear the most, that you made our childhood and our youth and our earlier days so joyful. And I hope I can bring that joy back to people and to myself. Because it was a very joyous time even for me.
Yeah. But Suchitra ji, I have to ask you this, and since we are talking about, having an open conversation.
Yeah.
The girl who wanted to run away from her house
Yeah.
to get into films.
Yeah.
Gets married and then leaves films.
Yeah.
Why?
Because her husband tells her he doesn't want her to act.
But then what about that Suchitra, who was very, adamant and was a rebel, didn't want to
I
do
think,
the same
if
thing?
my parents had not been so strict, maybe I would have not gravitated towards films also. It was also a rebellion. I would have obviously continued with my music, but I don't know. See, in retrospect, I don't know. I did, like I said, this slavery. Our love is, like, even if you hear my whole song, जिंदगी ये मेरी नाम तेरे मैंने की पाया खुद को इन आँखों में चाहा जो देखा है इसमें नहीं. So जब से देखा आपके आने से आसमां खुल गया चांद का डोला सजा. So I think I had this mad, passionate version, crazy idea of love, and I just wanted to keep that alive and fit in and belong, and I would do anything to keep the flame alive. So when my husband said don't act, I said okay, I won't act, big deal. So it wasn't so important to me. It's not like somebody held a gun at my head and said you can't do this.
Weren't you, like, wasn't there a FOMO that time, or was there still a JOMO there?
Yeah, because I was so in my world, it didn't matter. That's what I wanted. I wanted marriage, I wanted kids, I wanted a family, I wanted that. And I never thought, because I never thought that I was making a career, I never thought that things would go away either. I've always considered it a part of my life, So I continued to sing and everything. Then, of course, once my daughter was born and I wasn't living here and all, things became different. The music industry changed.
Sorry, I just wonder that, Shekhar ji being a director, and it was such a perfect
क्योंकि ये
combination.
इतने बदमाश है ये director लोग, that's why they don't want their wives to act. क्योंकि खुद बहुत बदमाश है. They feel सब लोग लच कर रहे हैं.
But it would have been a perfect thing, no, for you to work with him in his films.
I don't think so. People always ask me that, but I never even gave it a thought.
Did you miss, after, a gap of few years, probably, did you miss not being in the industry?
I didn't miss acting. I didn't miss the fame. बट आई मिस्ड कि मैंने अपने आप को इतना पोअरली कैसे ट्रीट किया, यू नो, मैंने दूसरों के इच्छा के लिए अपने आप को कैसे एकदम डुबा दिया, यू नो, एंड दैट्स ऑल आई मिस.
Okay, tell us.
एंड आई मिस माई लॉस ऑफ इनोसेंस. मैं बहुत भोली थी. समटाइम्स आई फील, हाँ इतनी प्यारी बच्ची थी मैं, भोली वाली. अब मैं थोड़ी शानी हो गई हूँ, तो यू नो व्हाट आई एम सेइंग, आई एम लाइक आई एम टू क्लेवर नाउ फॉर माय ओन happiness, you know.
But were you like getting offers and then like upfront
I've
rejecting
always
it?
got lots of offers.
Is there a film that you were offered and that became like a big one?
Yeah, there are a few of them, but I don't want to talk about them.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did blogging start?
See, because I was a single mom, and mere hamesha, I don't have family living in the city and all, so there was a lot of pressure. Every time I would try to do something, you know, either my daughter would fall ill. एक बार मुझे पता चला कि मेरी maid उसको मार रही है. एक maid, you know, so lots of things. So I started staying more and more at home. तो मैं so then दीपक चोपड़ा जो है, and I used to I've been writing poetry since I was like very young in school and stuff, and even my songs I would write them in English. Then Arun Raj थे मेरे lyricist, वो हिंदी में लिखते थे. So Deepak said, why don't you write? He had a blog called Intent Blog at that time, so he had got a lot of people to write. I had met him in one of my trips abroad. He said, why don't you write? I started writing. Those started getting attention.
Yeah.
And it all started from there.
Okay. And then from blogging to, you know, a project that's extremely close to your heart, 2013 comes with Drama Queen.
Yes. So I've written 4 books totally. This many people are not aware. So I wrote 3 books in a series called the Swapnalok Society series, and then Drama Queen. And then Drama Queen I made into a play, which we are performing now. We've been performing for a while, and that's something very close to my heart, because I think Drama Queen is really an amalgamation of मैं क्या क्या करती हूँ. तो मैंने लिखा है, मैंने गाने सब म्यूजिक और गाने कंपोज किए हैं, लिरिक्स लिखे हैं.
But this is a story about you.
Yes. So the book is quite vast. It's what you call a Roma Arclay. It's a fictional memoir.
Okay.
So in fact Masaba Masaba ने मेरा format copy किया है. मैं ये खुल के बोल रही हूँ. So it's half fiction. So you take a fact and then you move it to fiction. So you don't know where fact begins and where fiction, you know, fact ends and where fiction begins and all. So जब मैंने लिखा था, it was not really, it was an unknown genre in India. Now of course it's become popular all over the world. So my Masaba Masaba thing is a joke, and I like that show.
Is it a joke?
Half. So the book is very vast, and it's from my childhood to everything, but I've written it in a very comical way. It was like you know, like I said, it's a fictional memoir, but we all grow up with a lot of confusion, a lot of resolutions to make, a lot of issues to, you know, confront. But I wanted to do it in a loving and humorous way. So that is what I did with Drama Queen. And once I started writing it, just phat 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 nikal aaya, you know. And then मुझे theatre करना था, तो I was looking at scripts. तो then I said, मैं अपनी script क्यों ना लिखूं खुद. So मैंने Drama Queen लिखा. I'm producing it myself.
Lovely.
So it's been a very good experience, and उसमें freedom है, ऐसा नहीं कि यही line बोलना, क्योंकि मेरी खुद की script है, मैं कहीं भी ले जा सकती हूँ, कुछ भी कर सकती हूँ. So you do stand up, so you'll understand what it's like. Of course, we have voice actors, so I have to structure it to the voice cues.
Right.
But in that interim, I can take it anywhere.
But when you are creating something that is based on your personal life, there are family involved. There are people who are like in your life currently also that are involved. What was your family's reaction? Because I believe that, you know, there are lines that your mom had also told you before entering the industry. And how did she react to it?
So when I wrote the book, of course, before I released it also, I had given it to my parents to read, and mom didn't say anything. She said, if this is what you want to do as an artist, you do it. But dad was like, don't do it, Chitti. What is the reason to be so bold and all? But then mom said, she said, but if you think it's appropriate, go ahead. But when I did and of course, book got a very good response. And then when mummy was coming to see the play, because the drama queen is more about my mother's character than me. She's the drama queen, frankly. So when she came to see the play, I was very nervous because I didn't want to offend her. I've done it with humor. You will not believe, Mary mummy, my mother was laughing the loudest. Through the entire performance, my mother was laughing the loudest. She came and hugged me after the show and she said, Chitti, I didn't know I was so funny, And then she came for 4-5 shows after that, whenever she could, whenever she
But
was
why
in
were
Bombay.
you nervous? I mean, was there something in
No,
the play
sometimes we may think something is a joke.
Yeah.
But the other person may take offense, And the last thing I want to do is offend somebody I love. So I've used a lot of real life incidents, but in a comical way. So unse bhi, I showed them what I had written, and then I took legal clearances from them so that I could use their name.
There was also an NOC from Ram Gopal Verma, Ken Ghosh,
Karan Johar,
Nagesh Kukunur, and Karan Johar.
Yes.
Kyun?
क्योंकि these were funny incidents that happened when I met them socially, and मैंने सबसे शादी प्रपोज किया था.
क्या?
So their reaction to my marriage proposal. Yeah. So you must come and see the play.
You had proposed to all of them.
Yes.
Like in a fun way, or were you serious?
No, in a fun way, but I was going through a phase. It's like Ramu asked me, "What are you doing now?" So I said, "Nothing. I'm getting bored. Marry me now." So, and then he panicked. Of course, Ramu being Ramu panicked. And then he called me to his office and he explained why he's not the marrying type and he'll never marry. And I was like, did you take me so seriously? I wasn't so serious. But see, he was very sporting. He let me use that incident with his lines being quoted verbatim.
Yeah, because you've used it like all out. And would you want to tell our viewers what was the line that he actually told you?
So, and he said it in many interviews, so it's not like he said, no, Suchitra, I like women's bodies, not their brains, and you're a very nice girl, and I'm not the kind of guy you're looking for, things to that thing. And then it was very funny. It's all just, and then Ken was like, I asked Ken to find me some, because at that time Ken was still married, and I asked him to, he said, you're not dating anybody. I said, no, yeah, you find me someone, na. So then he said, no, my friends, yeah, we all want only sex. You need some nice guy, So these kind of things. And see, they were all so sporting, and I've written it in a very funny way. So it's the scene is where I get very drunk and go to this party, and I put all these guys in that party together, and then I start singing, and then एक ने रिजेक्ट कर लिया तो मैं लात मार के दूसरे के पास जाती हूँ, so it's all in a very comedic way till I find myself and I realize मुझे किसी की जरूरत नहीं है, मैं अपने लिए बस हूँ, so that is the journey of the story in Drama Queen.
You have a very special relationship with your daughter Kaveri as well.
Yes.
I believe after your divorce, she made sure that she put you on a dating app.
Yeah, so sweet. When she was leaving for college, she felt very bad. She said, Mom, your life is too sad. You can't be alone. Because I've been so kind of dedicated to her in a way. My life has revolved around her. So she said, your life is too sad. You're going to get very bored when I go. So I better look, make sure. And then she made me promise that as soon as I leave, you can't delete the app. You have to go. She made me promise for I think 15 dates, but I went on like 4 or 5.
Oh, you did?
I did, yeah. And I met some very, very nice people.
So like you swiped right and...
Yeah, then met them and some of them I'm still in touch with. Very nice people. So, see, for me also, I was like, what am I doing? But then I thought, I should open myself. What is the shame?
Yeah.
What is the shame? So I felt very proud of myself that I could even allow myself to do something like that. Then I promptly deleted the app. I told Kaveri, abhi mera ho gaya. Thank you very much. I met some very nice people. Some of them are my friends also now. But mere se aur nahi hoga. But her intention is so sweet.
That is definitely. I mean, and And she's doing so good for herself also.
Yeah.
She's worked with Mr. A.R. Rahman,
Yeah.
correct?
And she has a movie coming out.
she
So when
has
she
a
was a
movie.
college, she was in college in Boston in 21. She got offered this, Kunal Kohli offered her a film.
Yeah.
And it was her decision. She just told us one day, ki, I've got this film and I'm doing it. And we were like, karo bacha, if that's what makes you happy. So now she wants to sing and act. And
Did you advise her on anything? Because you have lived the.
I think, everybody has to find their own way. And as it is, I've been so kind of bacha. I think I need to leave her alone now. Let her find her own way. And we are always there. Yeah.
Suchitra ji, how have you been so vocal about your life and your divorce, your marriage? You speak about Shekhar ji so calmly. How does this, like, how have you transformed yourself into someone who's so vocal?
So I've always been like that. It's life. No pride, no shame. It's just life. There's nothing good or bad. It's not like I'm a good person, he's a bad person. It is just life, and everybody is meant to go through their journey. I take full responsibility for all my decisions. Where I am today, यहाँ इस काउच में भी बैठी हूँ तो मेरा डिसीजन है. तो मेरे साथ जो भी लाइफ में हुआ is my choice, my decision. I do not blame anybody. But I have a right to talk about it.
How did Kaveri take on?
It's been very hard on her. I think any child of a broken home, it's very rough on them. It's very rough on them. And she's a good kid and she loves both equally. And I always say that, I tell Shekhar himself, I say that as rotten a husband as you were, that good a father you are. So so with her, he tries his best. We all try our best, see, in our own way. So I don't think life is not your fault, or anything that happens is not your fault or your achievement. It's just life.
So after a gap of about 10 years, you came back with My Wife's Murder.
14 years.
14 years? ये वनवास हो गया.
Yeah, I think 12 years or something.
12
Yeah,
years,
yeah, yeah,
12
yeah,
years.
yeah.
What made you say yes to this film? Were you waiting for the right script?
No, my marriage was collapsing. I used to live in London those days.
Achha.
And my marriage was already collapsing. I had not filed for divorce yet. But I knew that I need to get back home and dig my roots back, plant my roots back again. And in that, I was meeting a few friends, and it's a very patriarchal world. And I remember very clearly, सबने सिर्फ ये पूछा, अरे Shekhar will allow you to act. Shekhar has no objection to you acting. Shekhar doesn't mind. So I was so disgusted with that attitude. But Ramu's the only one who said, Suchitra, this film is going on the floors. It's a very small role, but you will leave a mark. Anybody who has the guts to do the role will leave a mark. And after all that, Shekhar doesn't mind, your husband doesn't object, all that patriarchal nonsense that I was hearing. The Ramu just gave a script and he requested me to consider doing it, saying that Anil is, it's opposite Anil Kapoor. And it's a very small role, but it's a very powerful role. And would you consider it? And I read it and I said, Ramu, yes, I'm doing it. That's how it happened.
Wow. And that first step must have been so important for you as well, right?
Yeah, because, it was very hard. It was, just when you're in that emotional state, you're dazed, aapko pata nahi hai, and plus, logon ke reactions, the society is very fickle. They start taking sides. They start treating you very differently, so it was a very difficult time. So I really have the utmost respect for Ramu.
What are you
and especially after he let me use all this in my book. So he's a true artist, so when you're a true artist, this FOMO doesn't happen. It's all JOMO only.
I'm loving it. The title to this interview is JOMO. For sure. Yeah. What are you currently working on? What has inspired you? Has there a script come your way?
Yes, I'm hopefully doing another interesting project, going to do, and I've also done a very interesting project that I think should be out in September, October, called the Margaon File, and it's with Zeenat Aman and Pallavi Joshi and fantastic Shinde and Pervin Dastur, the girl from Maine Pyar Kiya. Yeah. So it's like an power-packed female ensemble cast. And very interestingly, I have sung the title track. I've written the lyrics for the title track. I've composed and sung many of the background songs.
Is this on OTT?
Yeah, it's going to be on
Oh,
OTT.
lovely.
Yeah, yeah.
That is
So
exciting.
that is a project I'm really looking forward to, and I'm playing a Christian character called Samantha.
Yeah.
So my director Kapil Kaustub keeps telling me, "Ana ke baad sirf Samantha." You know, so no, but it's very exciting because, like I said, now I have to get excited. So when I read the script, I was excited. First when he offered it to me, मैंने उनसे ये पूछा कि Samantha is this sexy cougar, you know. So I said, Kapil, I've to even forgotten I'm a woman. Why are you casting me as this, you know, femme fatale? So he very sweetly started laughing and he said, you know, how you see yourself is not how the world sees you. And I think you're perfect for Samantha.
It's amazing when the director believes in the character more than you do. So it
Also, you
becomes-
know, we get into that motherhood, and we desexualize ourselves so much to an extent that you forget that you are something besides the roles you play domestically, you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
yeah. Now that you're into films and you're doing a lot of projects,
Yeah.
would we in the future see you and Kaveri do a film together?
We want to do a song together very soon,
Yeah,
for sure.
that'd be lovely.
And yeah, I would love to do something with her, and I'm so available. It all depends on Madam now. So no, definitely, we would love to do something. I would love to do something with her. Let her find her way, and I'm
I
sure
had
it'll
also
happen.
come across a picture of you both meeting Shah Rukh Khan, and there was a selfie that was taken. I think
Yeah.
long back, probably.
Long back, yeah.
How was it meeting him again? Were you all talking about the film?
No,
Have you
not
all
at all. See,
interacted?
socially one meets so many people.
Yeah.
So, and life goes on. Itne saal ho gaye. But he's a very, especially with children, he's too sweet. So he's very kind and very generous.
You know what, Suchitra ji? Right now, I'm just thinking of more questions because I don't want this interview to end. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
But of course, we have to end this. And I just want to tell you that thank you so much for always being yourself, for
Thank
being
you.
so open, even though you tend to attract controversial tweets.
मैंने बंद कर दिया. I promised my daughter. I stopped. Sometimes I'm not sleeping in the night. She comes
Yeah.
into my room and says, "Mama, do anything, but don't tweet." I'm like, okay, bacha.
Are you getting the khujli?
To tweet?
Yeah.
No, I'm
thoda
staying
sa.
away from that.
150 words. बस 150 words हो जाए.
Yeah, because you know when I see something that provokes me or stirs me,
Yeah.
I find it difficult to stay silent. Hi, this is Suchitra Krishnamoorthi, and you're watching me on Bollywood Hungama.